Come on, fucker. Hey, how's it going, universe? Welcome to another episode of Zoobox, a podcast about nonsense, much of which you're about to hear, and we're in waifu MAGA country.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for, you know.
I'm chilling with my beautiful waifus. I don't know if you guys can see this, my beautiful waifus. And these guys are, I mean, this is like Coomer status here. Mike's in a fucking laundry room. Dan's in his MGTOW mansion. My beautiful wife and son, they're laying in bed right now watching reality television like a good Americans they are, you know?
Hey, that's what my fiance's doing too. Look at Dan's hat. It still even has a sticker on it. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I've never really worn it. It was
because it's authentic. He's like one of those guys who keeps the tags on shit.
Yeah. Like, you know, that hood
Well,
shit.
Dan, that'll probably be worth some money one day, or a band. And you'll be arrested if you have it, so either way.
Probably, right? And here it is. Like, check it out.
That's what's going to happen if they get rid of the filibuster. Dan's going to get arrested.
Yep. Well, like, it's actually kind of a cool story. My buddy, you know, I'm a Trump supporter, or was a Trump supporter, however you want to state it. And he was doing security for him. An Air Force One flew in. He's a Raven. So Ravens do security all over the world for high protection assets, high valued protection assets. And whether it's like flying SEAL teams or Marine recon teams or whatever they're called now, whatever. He flies special forces guys all over the world, drops them off so that make sure that it holds security for their aircraft. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. And he just said, "Hey, dude, I was walking. Some guy was selling them, and I thought of you, so he bought it."
What a great American.
Yeah. What's the 45 for over there?
The 45th president, Michael.
Oh, shit.
Colt 45, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, it would be funny if he got elected, then he would be the 47th.
Oh, if he gets elected again? Yeah, if he goes 2024.
Yeah. Which, hey, you know, I guess he's starting his new social media app. Like it's gonna be it's I guess it's like 2 or 3 months out from being what's the word?
Live.
Live. Whatever.
The beta will be out.
I guess, yeah.
Is he just starting a Patreon? He's like exclusive vlogs from Trump.
Well, it's
in Mar-a-Lago, out in the golf course.
I mean, dude,
we got a beautiful day out here, everybody.
What do you think he's gonna call it? I got a couple ideas. I have a couple ideas.
Trump Star.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah. You get two names.
MAGA party.
MAGA party. Okay, Mike.
I don't know what he would call it.
What do you think? What do you think he would call it?
Trump's. I don't know. I have no idea. Something with Trump in it.
Okay. So I kind of agree. So my top contender would be Trumpet.
Okay. Yeah, that works. That plays.
It plays. You know, I was like, and you know, hit me up, advertising team or whatever you guys are called.
It's copyrighted. We're copywriting that right now.
We should.
Intellectual copyright. We're calling it right now. Okay, we have made a statement. I will send you this video.
Yeah.
Postmarked.
What's the date?
It is
26.
The 26th.
2021.
Yep.
Okay,
so
we got it. It's official.
Trumpet's pretty good. Maybe I should go try to get the website, get the domain name for like $50. And then they have to pay me.
It's cheaper than that, I think.
It depends.
Do you think it would be trumpet, like it's actually spelled like, TRUMPET, or would it be like Trump it?
IT. That's not bad. But I like Trumpet because it's still got his name.
Yeah, the first one.
But at least it makes sense to me.
Yeah, it draws like the parallel.
Like trumpets are loud and
of saying things, of doing making your presence known.
Yeah, and it's not as cringe as something like I stole this one. I got some spicy breaking internet drama. You got to talk about.
Okay,
this just happened within an hour.
What happened?
Ago. Okay, well, I'll tell you. But anyway, so the second name I think would be, I don't like it, but someone was saying Trump Space.
No, fuck that.
That's too. That's too
It is.
That's too obvious.
Sean,
nobody's gonna do that.
He names hotels after himself.
No, he's not gonna do that, Dan. Whoever came up with that is an idiot.
Maybe it'll just be simply called Trump.
No, it has to be something good. Like you can't like if anything, you could say like like free speech zone would it be even better? Like better than
Why
Trump.
does it got to be a zone? Who's coming up with this? Zone?
You know what I mean?
What if
you know
it's the Trump zone?
The Trump zone?
No, I don't think they're gonna do that.
No, I mean I would hope it's at least a name that doesn't involve his name. But if he's going to use his name in it,
I like Trumpet.
I think Trumpet is pretty good.
That's my favorite one.
Okay, so breaking news. I guess I've seen a lot of criticism on Twitter. So if you say breaking, like you're the one that's reporting it.
Sure.
Just saying. So I don't know if I'm officially, but I did some research. I went into some comment sections. I figured it out.
A journalist.
So Sean's favorite YouTuber was on Timcast IRL last night, which you should go subscribe. And his name is Jeremy from The Quartering, right? So Sean knows who that is. And if you haven't seen The Quartering, he's kind of like a social commentary commentator. He also comments on like Hollywood and
mostly pop culture stuff.
Pop culture, okay.
Mostly, yeah.
There we go. Pop culture. He loves Gina Carano. So he was on there last night, and for those people that don't know, there's this guy named Adam Krigler used to be on the Timcast IRL, and he got pretty popular. Had his own YouTube channel, blew up to like 100. I think it's like 175,000 subs, and he does Monday through Friday shows, and it's before Timcast IRL. So he does his Adamcast IRL at like 5:30, which is about an hour and a half. And Jeremy went on there today.
Mm-hmm.
They were drinking, they have a little bit of whiskey. Lips got a little loose. Some jokes thrown. And I'm sitting there, and I always because we do a Friday night, so I usually listen to the first half hour, and I'm like, it's 7:05. These guys are usually professional as shit. They're usually on it. They're usually, right at 7, or my time it would be 8 Eastern time, but like 7:01, it usually clicks on. And nope, not today. I was like, what the fuck? So I go to and Tim doesn't post it on Twitter. He doesn't post it anywhere. So you have to go to his community section, and he posted there where he said like, hey, we're taking the night off.
Okay.
And we'll be back Monday. That's when I went to the comments because people can comment on that stuff. And then people started linking clips and stuff.
Yeah.
And was going like, no, this is because basically they were saying Tim had a weak chin. Tim.
Yeah, just some fun, shit talk.
And obviously, I don't have the other side of the story. I don't have Tim's side. I mean, we don't know why.
Went into a rage.
But Mike, your mic is off. Your microphone.
Oh, do you know what I feel like Tim is coming? He's becoming like one of these privileged radio guys, where if anybody threatens them, they just freak the fuck out. If there's any competition around them, and everybody that comes up they're under people, the people that work underneath them, if they have any talent, they like to fucking crush them. Keep them in there, and they don't want them to be bigger than them.
Yeah,
that's what I feel like this fucker's becoming.
Well, with the Adam Krigler and Tim Pool, they split was mainly as far as accusations are and assumptions. Is that Adam and Lydia, the producer of the show, were not getting along. And she had been there working on the show for a while, and he was like, listen, no. Okay, but secondly, in defense of Tim, this is serious. So he pays thousands of dollars or however much money it is to get these people out there. He gets them hotel rooms. Sure. These people aren't coming out on their own dime. And he basically hired him, quote unquote, hired him for those 2 nights. Because he was on there last night, and he was going to be on there tonight. This Jeremy guy from The Quartering, and then
and then he went on this other one before and made some comments,
which he's done before. He's been on that other one before.
It might not even be the joking, but it was the drinking. You could think you're drinking, you're getting a little drunk, then you're going to go do a 2.5 hour, 2 hour show, and then another 30-minute, 40-minute segment after. That's not professional behavior. And he's like, I paid for you to come out here to be on my show. I don't care if you go on there, but then you're going to
Is that what Tim said?
No. I'm just saying that makes sense though, right? Mike, if you pay me to come on your show.
Oh yeah, I'd be pretty pissed.
You'd be a little annoyed if the guy goes on it, the same house. They all live together.
Well, I
So,
wouldn't
like,
care if he went on the other show, but if he was like,
you know,
well, for me, I wouldn't care if he showed up drunk. Like, that's whatever.
right?
Or
But
just
like,
like
you know,
But Tim's a little different. I guess he's more like professional.
he's like straight edge too. He doesn't
Yeah.
do anything.
I think he drinks a little bit. He just doesn't do. He doesn't say anything.
Like,
You know what I
honestly,
mean?
man, I'm starting not to like Tim Pool, to be honest with you, Dan.
I can understand that.
He's just starting to annoy me. It's like, I just feel like he's one of like these. He's like, okay, he's so young, and it seems like every time he's telling a story, he's so young. It seems like he has a life experience to go with that story. Like it'd be like, well, this happened one time in my life, and it's like,
He's not that young, dude.
He's like
not that
I think he's my age.
He's 35.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of, and you gotta remember, like Tim Pool, I would say is not your typical journalist. Like he went to like a good school, went to good college, went to a privileged, like that's not where he came from.
I know.
So
I
would
he's
say
just
like
annoying me.
I can understand.
Just to be honest with you.
Well,
but-
I think like when Tim has this persona of like being like, it's about facts and unbiasedness, even though he's like, yes, I have my bias, et cetera, et cetera. But he kind of dines out a lot on the same like 4 stories whenever somebody challenges his authority about something or why he would know something. I mean, like, I don't know how many times I've heard him like be in a discussion with somebody, it gets a little contentious. He's like, I used to work for Disney, man. I know how these people are.
Well, I mean,
I know that's what I mean. He said stuff like that.
I get it. I do. I understand that. But it's also not the totality of how those things work and his singular experience.
Okay. Hold on. Can I say something
It's
in
not
his
really.
defense? Can I say something? Hold on. Can I say something? Just one thing in his defense before
I
you
was just
continue.
gonna say one more sentence, but okay.
Just one thing.
Okay.
It's usually new people he's talking to all the time, and they might not know that information.
Oh, I think most of the people that go on there that are adversarial to Tim
Pool
know about him.
I don't think so, dude. He has a lot of people on there, like Destiny or like.
No,
these
I'm
guys,
talking about
like
people
Bosch.
I'm talking about people that he's like having a contentious moment with. I don't mean like people where he's just talking about his life, and that's normal. Like you just explain your background, where you're from, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but he explains it like he has 20 years in journalists. To me, like it makes, and I'm like.
Well, I don't. He's even classified as a journalist. He might have been at one time, but
he worked for the journalist company.
Yeah, but I mean,
Vice,
anybody can be a journalist. It's just like how you go about your business, and there is kind of a standard
I wouldn't classify him that today. Would you?
He used to call himself a journalist. I don't know if he does anymore. I mean, Tim Pool also, it's been a couple years since he's really been out in the streets and stuff. He's been mainly a guy like a Jeremy the Quartering or something, where he reviews news articles and he gives his opinion on them. Like that's the extent of what we know about like his life, right? We don't know what's going on privately. Although I don't know as far as he would explain it, it doesn't seem like he has much time for anything else. So I don't know what he's out there doing, but I don't know,
But Sean, doesn't he make it feel like he was like an infield journalist for like 20 years?
Yes, it does. And I know that it was like a couple years. And
that's how I know too. I'm like,
and I'm not saying that's like.
I think it was a little bit longer than a couple. It was at least 5-6 years where he was ripping around.
Was it?
I don't know.
I mean, how long? What I'm saying is like, how long are the gaps in between? Like, okay, he brings up Occupy all the time. He went to one country in a conflict zone. Those are the kind of the two things that he brings up. Generally,
went to Yemen, Egypt, and a couple other places.
Yeah, if you can make that in one trip.
We're all in the same. I think that was all at the same time. I mean, I'm not discounting his effort or what he did in his past. Of course not.
But Mike, this guy did it all by himself.
No, I understand it. I'm just saying he gives the persona like he's a 20-year infield, like boots on the ground journalist, and I just don't feel like he is, and he's just annoying me.
Okay, I understand
that. And he seems like a guy that if you had any talent around him, like if you were a talented dude around him, he seems like the type of dude that would try to crush you and like not let you breathe and just.
Are you calling him like a boomer? He's a boomer. Like
is that what a boomer does?
I think
like I'm saying.
If you were to be like armchair psychologist, which this is completely unfair, by the way. Well, like this criticism, but it seems like it seems like he's just like almost like kind of mildly insecure, and like Mike said, he does tend to get very heated. He's kind of like when you talk to me, right? Like I can get heated. Or maybe I sound like I'm heated. Maybe he's really not heated. That's just he just gets animated. Like even on Twitter and stuff, like he will write like obtuse things to provoke responses and then get mad at people for not understanding what he's doing. And you're like, okay. Like I saw him today, like arguing with like these lefties because he was doing all those kind of troll-ish tweets. And they're like, oh, these people don't know. They don't even know me. They don't even know my real beliefs. It's just like, okay, dude, but they're responding to a tweet you did. Like, you got to like own that. You got to either just say, oh, I was trolling. Like, you can't expect everybody that comes across something to like understand the breadth of your ideology or where you're coming from.
Well, I think he's not talking about those people tweeting him. He's talking about the journalists. That's really, because I read the same thing you did. He's criticizing journalists who don't do research, because he was arguing with journalists on as far as I read when I was reading it. I was seeing him interacting with journalists about most of these things. I could be wrong. He's really, you can look it up if you like.
I thought with a couple of people I saw were like those Twitch lefties, the people that like just live stream and talk about politics like 12 hours a day,
like
the
Hassan
type people, right?
Right.
That wing of the internet, you know, which is where Tim's kind of runs parallel to those guys. I think he's more structured. I think he has more of a product. Like Tim has a product, which is good for him. He's smart. Like, I don't have to sit there and watch a 10-hour live stream to see what you fucking think about something.
Yeah.
Tim's like, no, I do 15 to 20-minute videos, and then I do a 2-hour podcast every night. And that's you can digest that. You can find time in your schedule to figure that out. You know?
And Tim knows what he's doing on YouTube.
Oh, 100%. He's
like
one of
knows
the savviest.
It, dude. That guy's fucking killing it, man.
He knows when to push certain things and when to stop certain things. Like,
crazy.
In terms of the YouTube, I don't even think he does for like because Dan, you're part of like the pool party, like the club or whatever. Is that where like all of his news videos are now?
No,
because I don't think they're not on YouTube.
I get them on YouTube.
Yeah, they're on YouTube. Yeah, he posts 3 a day, and you have to be on Tim Pool or Tim Cast to get them.
Well, the Timcast ones, all I see are the clips from the night before from like the podcast.
No. Sean, there's Timcast, there's Tim Pool, and there's Timcast IRL.
This is a difficult thing to.
There's three channels that he owns. 2 channels have over 1 million. His 3rd channel is about to have over 1 million as well.
Why doesn't he just do one and combine them?
You do it to make money.
Oh, that's it. That
spread yourself really out. Like he has enough. He has enough of a presence where he can.
So he probably has like people that are subscribed to all 3.
Yes, and then there's people that aren't. You know, like
so that's how you artificially get fucking 3 million followers.
He'll catch you. He will catch more flies with spreading his honey like that.
I know, but he'll also have double on a lot of people.
Like me. Like
for sure. I would say probably 50, at least 50.
At least 50 at least
are all subscribed to everything he does.
If not more.
I mean, he's a brand. He is a brand now. Like it is what it is. And like I was listening to a little bit of what he was talking about the other night, and he was talking about like they're gonna make like TV shows and movies and like they want to start a production cut. They're basically taking what the Shapiro and the Daily Wire people are doing. He's kind of taking that model and he's gonna do his own thing with it.
How much money is he making?
He's making, as far as from what I've seen, like looking it up, I mean, he makes anywhere from if you include sponsors, speculation, anywhere from like 100 to 200,000 a month.
Oh, probably. I bet you it's more than that.
Yeah, but like that's what they're saying off of like the data from like his 3 channels, like how many views he gets.
Have you seen his house?
Yeah, it's a fucking massive. Yeah, it's a compound. It's got like
his
7
house
bedrooms,
is fucking awesome.
7 bathrooms. It's got like a giant barn where they built the skateboard that plot.
Yeah,
some guy accidentally, like a fan doxed him because they found like he like basically somehow alluded to it and like how close Maryland is to West Virginia or wherever, like, and he figured it out and he found the house, and I think it was like it was not cheap. It was like $1 million.
I bet. I mean, dude, but if people want to find Tim Pool, they can. I mean, like it's not. I mean, look at all those 4chan people that could find that stupid "He will not divide us" flag all over the world just by wind patterns and watching X-print from planes. They're like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I think is Tim objective? I think he tries, and I'm not going to sit here and like try to defend him on everything. He's definitely not a perfect person.
Well, nobody is. I mean,
but at least he has interesting people on there, and they are generally leaning to one side. But it's because the leftists are using COVID as an excuse for.
I mean, he's
not really wanting to go anywhere.
He kind of figured out with he learned from his peers, his betters or whatever. Like he has the Joe Rogan model. You bring on interesting people will watch your show.
Yep.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I feel like he's more of like a radio show. Like podcasting to me, he's more like radio style, is he not?
What do you mean, like, because a podcast is like an informal conversation for a couple hours, and he's more like we have segments, we do like news stories.
Yeah, and then he has like the guests, and like they don't drink, they don't swear.
But they do it to kind of give it structure as well, and it's also a business reason because then he can easily make clips.
Yeah,
he's like, this is when we started talking about this. This is when we stopped. Like, it makes it just easier for production.
And there was also, I think,
but there's no whiskey drinking on there.
Well, I don't. They do. They drink on St. Patty's. He just doesn't drink. They don't usually drink. Like they'll have like a beer or something. I just don't think it's like a custom that they do often on the show. I don't think he would care if people did drink on the show.
Like, but no smoking pot in there.
Ooh, probably not legal though.
Not,
like,
no.
well, he doesn't want to do anything to.
No, okay. Could you light up a stogie?
Money. Probably, yeah.
I don't think he would allow that.
And maybe he wouldn't. It's his house. I have no idea.
I heard that Jeremy, after he was on Adamcast tonight, he pulled a gun on him. He
no,
said,
Sean, he wouldn't allow you to do that.
How dare you disrespect me in my own house, you fucking coon.
Like I don't know, man. People are pretty
like Dan. Let's say if we went on that show, right? Yeah. And we were on it, like, would you feel comfortable lighting up a cigarette?
No.
What's his
house? Somebody's house, dude. It's somebody's house.
I know, but if you went to the Joe Rogan podcast, you would feel normal.
Yeah, because Joe Rogan obviously doesn't care.
And but you would also ask him. Like, you would be like, "Yo, can I?" Because he's let a few people, even though it's technically against the law in California, when he lived in California, like Doug Stanhope.
Yeah.
And what's his name? That one of the blue collar comedy guys, Ron.
To smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, he let him smoke in there. They actually, I think they built like a ventilation system.
They have a ventilation because Joe Rogan's always smoking cigars in there.
Yeah, cigars and pot, and you don't want to, fill the room up with smoke, so you have to have good ventilation. But you still have to. I think you gotta like ask. You gotta ask.
Yeah, but you could ask during the podcast. You'd be like, "Hey, Joe, can I let us smoke?"
Actually, just ask Tim like live.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
yo, Tim, you mind if I hit this?
I don't know. I feel like a podcast should be that, but hey, it is what it is. I just feel like it should be more.
Well, that's just your preference. Like that's your preference, right? And most of your preference is developed from watching looser stuff like Joe Rogan or
but I do like radio shows. Like I do listen to radio shows too. I do like that platform is like structured and things like that. I just because I don't know. I just don't really like Tim Pool, I guess.
He's building his empire. He's building like a company.
Yeah, I know that's what it feels like. That's why
structures and I don't think he would completely cop to that. I think he would be completely trained. He's like, I'm trying to make as much money as I can. I'm trying to work the algorithm. I'm trying to create like a business.
Yes, yeah. Well, he's admitted to that. Yeah.
Well, that's why you can't cuss on because you can on his paywall, like on his website. They cuss. They talk about dirty shit. And,
he discourages it. He's like he would rather people not. Because people slip up.
He does. If they slip up, he's not going to get mad. No, but he definitely they ask them not to do not cuss.
It's like, yo, fuck sauce.
Well, because he like when Alex Jones said some shit about Bill Gates and
I know
something happened in Minecraft with a certain type of weapon and a line and things. What comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you? Helicopter. You know what that is? I know Sean does.
No, I don't.
Mike, yes, you do. Pete Holmes, the bat when he does Batman.
The Batman.
He's like, what comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you? And he's like, helicopter.
Yeah, Pete Holmes.
And then he calls Alfred and he goes, all right. So what comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you? He's like, did you say helicopter? Because it's like Morgan Freeman. It is so funny, dude. I watched there's a whole, you can go on YouTube and watch the whole 50 minutes. Like they have all of them.
Yeah.
Or like when Batman doesn't know he's killing people. Like he doesn't understand. He just thinks they're going to sleep. So he like
I've never seen these.
Yeah, like he takes his bat. This dude comes trying to come up behind him. He takes a batarang. He throws it and gets stuck in his head. And they're like, "Oh my god! Like what are you doing? I thought you didn't kill people." He's like, "He's just sleeping." And then he goes, "It's so great, dude. You got to check out Pete Holmes, dude. Pete Holmes
I'll watch it.
There is some great.
Yeah, if you just look up Pete Holmes Batman, it'll come up.
It is where all the drugs going, dude. It is a classic. Like, this is before woke comedy, you know, like,
which is ironic. It's ironic because Pete Holmes is super fucking woke.
Right.
Like, you know, it's funny. Like all of those comedians, like those guys, like Pete Holmes and stuff.
They were all dudes.
Yeah, but they all went on like Joe Rogan one time and had awkward conversations and then never went back.
I don't think that's up to them. I think that's more on Joe being
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, because Pete Holmes was on Joe Rogan like years ago when he was promoting his HBO show, and it was very awkward because Joe's like, oh, you like pay like gurus to talk to you and just like give you like life advice, like you're that. I mean, which is honestly, in all fairness, you could be like, look in the mirror, Joe. Okay, but you just don't pay these guys. You're friends with them. But
yeah, but that's cool. I guess I don't know. Like he had I think it's Pete Holmes and all these guys. Like it's so disappointing to have all these like Tim and Eric Awesome Show and these guys who did like the grossest shit, the most repulsive like Family Guy. It's like full of racism and racist jokes and like what we would say are like stereotype.
They built the culture that they are railing against. They literally built it. They're the progenitors of it.
Dude, this is the thing. Like, I was listening to somebody today, and tell me if this isn't fucking true, right? So we're talking about systemic racism, institutional, like all this stuff, and how in the inner cities, black people are just, being shot by the police and put down, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, why do you keep voting for Democrats then? It's like, these are all Democrat-run cities. The Democrats are the institutional racists. Like, they're the racist ones. Not like Alabama, where I'm at. Like, we're not locking people up like crazy down here and people aren't being shot all the time and murder like constantly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's pretty tame.
Well, I think
cities are way bigger, more people.
Right. But there's more people. But if the criticism is that the system itself is racist, the people that are doing this, like most affecting the minority community, are Democrat cities.
Yeah. I mean, it's a failure of their policies, and they just will not ever acknowledge that. They just don't. And they just say, like, no, we just need more money. Like, that's their answer, kind of.
I just wanna fucking make America great again. You know what I'm saying? Just right there. It's on the hat. I'm not asking for much.
I wish I was, when we were just talking about the gurus, calling gurus and stuff, it'd be funny to, like, if you, like, call, like, Jocko Willink, like, Jocko, listen, I need some help, man. Because your friends, my fucking wife just left me. My kid hates me. I just lost my fucking job to boot. He's like, you know what, man? You just got to dig deeper. You just got to dig deeper, dude. Listen, you just got to go down. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I can do this. And you dig deep.
Please.
Yeah,
please,
but.
God. Also, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Well, yeah, but like sometimes, though, man, that's all somebody needs. So why not pay him?
Well, I'm making fun of Jocko.
No, I know that. But, dude, but like what I mean, like why did Joe Rogan have a problem with him like paying people to like.
No, I don't think he does. Like, but these jack off comedian dudes, these fucking assholes. It's like what's his name? The guy who directed like Knocked Up and stuff.
Yeah, okay. I don't know his name.
Oh, Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow. He is like one of these guys who likes to talk like he's a philosopher king.
Oh, okay.
And they all pay these guys like tens of thousands of dollars to do like Skype calls with them.
Yeah.
Ah, because they're looking for secular religion. It's the same thing if you go to church or you go whatever. Pete Holmes
what else
fucking listens to a guru podcast in his fucking ears all day long. Judd Apatow pays somebody $20,000 to talk to him for a half hour. Like,
okay, but don't it's like Jordan Peterson, or like any of these.
He's not charging. He's charging people to go buy a book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay.
And he's not doing it. He's not doing it from like this like pseudo secular philosophical.
No, I'm not. Either. Yeah, but he's doing it from a Christian sense in a way. Like, he defends Christianity like pretty heavily.
Well, he defends like the concepts. He defends the values system.
Right.
He's not defending. He doesn't really care if God exists. What he says is you should live as if he does.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Did you see? Speaking of something Mike said earlier about Vice, did you guys see the new Ted Cruz documentary?
No. Is there a new Ted Cruz documentary? What's it
Ted
called?
Cruz,
Ted? The
Ted Cruz,
exclamation point?
Ted Cruz did this like at the border. It's like midnight. He's on the Rio
Oh.
Grande River.
Is that what those
And it's
screenshots are
like
from?
it's like this shitty like camera and the light, and he's like, so here we are on the Rio Grande, and I can hear the coyotes making fun of us. Like it's so, and it looks like some shittily made like Vice documentary. It's not very long. It's only a couple minutes, but it's pretty freaking hilarious. It's like, okay, is that a good thing that he's doing it? But you got to watch it, dude. He's got like the vest, like the kind of like it looks like the adventurer vest, like the safari vest and shit.
Yeah, I saw,
and he's wearing a dress shirt. It's pretty fucking funny, dude.
Because all the senators, 18 Republican senators, went down to the border, and I saw I didn't listen to it. I just saw like the video without any sound, and they're all wearing camel packs. Like,
dude. Well, yeah, it's hot down there, dude.
I know, but come on, guys.
This is a still from it.
Yes.
So what's the problem with this?
Nothing. It's hilarious. It's just like he was trying to, talk about like what's going on. And it's like it's Ted Cruz. It's like probably 9 o'clock at night, and he's on the Rio Grande. Like, you know what I mean? It's like weird. It's like you're a senator. What the like? If a foreign person was gonna ask me like, what do your senators do? I'm like, they work for Vice, and they go like they're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, Ted Cruz he's become a fame whore.
Yeah, because that's how you make money now. That's what these people are starting to realize.
Well, he has like a very, 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 very produced podcast. That podcast he does with, what's his name? Michael Knowles.
Yeah, The Verdict.
I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I thought it was interesting for a hot minute, and then it just kind of becomes like Ted Cruz propaganda. and they just, it's just whatever like the median Republican sentiment is. That's kind of what they espouse.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much, yeah.
It's a commercial for whatever bugaboo they have, whatever thing they're pushing at the time or whatever. That's at least what it seemed like. I've come in and out like every once, because I don't hate Ted Cruz. Like a lot of people like really hate Ted Cruz. I'm just like, yeah, he's okay. I mean, I guess he's not too different than the rest of them. Like,
yeah, I thought, I mean, his stuff is okay, man. But like, fuck these guys, man. Fuck them.
Well, that's how I feel. I've cut it all out. I don't even care about any of it anymore.
I just needed like a year off.
A year off of what?
Like giving a shit about politics for like
join the game, Dan. I started like 2 months ago.
I don't know though. It is what it is, man.
Honestly, dude, I don't even know what's going on. I just haven't paid attention to it.
Just live that way, dude. Be that way, dude. Just live it. Enjoy your ignorance and your freedom. Like
I just don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying that to be like a rude. It's like, yeah, like I agree. Like fuck all that noise. Like stay off social media.
I don't have it.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. Like stay off social media.
Well, I have it, but I deleted the apps off of my phone.
Yeah, and I agree to that, dude. It's just
because I don't think you even can delete a fucking account. It's too complicated. So I just deleted the app.
You can. It's just when you go back, it's there.
It basically suspends it.
Oh. Well, yeah. So if people see me floating around, it's out there, but I'm not on it. So
yeah,
you won't find me.
I don't know. It's like the politics has become so cancerous, and it's just gross.
Well, it would be fine if all of the stuff like felt productive, and none of it feels even remotely productive. It's like beating you over the head with the same thing every day. Everything is just, and nobody's moving the ball anywhere or doing anything. Yeah. And it just gets tiresome. And you're just like, okay, I'll check back in a few weeks. That's what I do now. It's like every 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go re-engage and kind of look up stuff. And I stay a little bit more informed because we talk about stuff on podcasts, and we do on Wednesday night, we usually talk about some current events and stuff. So usually every Wednesday, I'll go like look at stuff. Yeah, but I just don't have the patience for it. I just get bored. It's not even that I like dislike it or hate it or whatever. I'm just kind of bored of the format, I guess,
Yeah, I can see that. I just think it's not healthy to be worried about. Like, and the thing is, it is getting worse. That's the only sad part.
What's getting worse? What are you talking about?
It's just getting.
I thought it was getting better.
No, it's definitely not.
I mean, we're talking about. Buddy, you see these waifus?
Yeah,
it's getting real nice. So
I honestly thought it was getting better. I thought everything was settling down now. Everybody was getting off of COVID. COVID was over, and.
No, it's not. It's not like there's going to be some things coming down the pipe that is going to be interesting. They're talking about spending another $3 to $5 trillion. for an infrastructure bill that will basically in 3 years try to do green energy in the United States and all that stuff. And it's not even enough money to really do it. It's kind of like stupid. This could be a huge waste of money probably, but yeah, I don't know. And they can't let another $16 billion go to finish the wall or whatever amount is left. Yeah, it's just there's a bunch of hacks, dude. They're going to try to come for people's guns. And the thing is, even with the filibuster, it's kind of impossible to stop this stuff because they do have control. And when I mean control, like they own it all.
Mm-hmm.
They own the House, they own the Senate, and they own the presidency.
I think a lot of that stuff is like red meat for their own, like the more radical people in their base, or even some of more broadly their base, because I don't think they're going to do something that would actually challenge their ability to maintain power. Like if they do something drastic, they're not going to win in 2024.
No, it's not. I don't think this is about winning anymore. Sean, listen, what they did this past year in this past election, they already did it. The system is so
yeah, I know,
broken.
but I'm talking about even getting rid of the filibuster and stuff. Like Biden has no intention of doing that. He doesn't, and he basically said so. Well, I mean, however incoherent that press conference he gave was, he said, no, it just doesn't. Either like, oh, don't you think we should get rid of it? Shouldn't you just by executive order get rid of it? He's like, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but no. Well, he did say he does want to go back to the old filibuster, not the current form that they have right now.
Sure, I mean, whatever that means. He's also just saying things that people maybe kind of want to hear that they'll leave him alone. And then he just goes and then his administration rather, they just go do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And I think the polls came out about gun control because they definitely backed off. Like when they asked him about gun control, he just went off on infrastructure. He didn't even answer it.
I know.
He was like, infrastructure deal, we're working or something. I don't know, man. I guess in Pittsburgh soon he's supposed to release some stuff like next week about it. But I don't know. It's definitely not getting better. I don't think it's getting better. And if it's all for theater, it's bad theater. And when the SOCOM, United States Special Operations Command, just appointed their race and diversity or race and inclusion czar or whatever you want to call it, like director.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy literally is the shit that like Gina Carano got canceled for, like showing a picture of Trump holding a Bible next to Hitler holding like a fucking
I know,
and stuff, like all this stuff. So they're doing that with our elite units. So if they're going after doing that to the SEALs,
weird, dude. It's so weird.
I'm telling you, dude, the Chinese are loving it. They're loving it. All of it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to just because like even they put out a whole thing of all the things they're going to do. And like the SEALs don't have enough African Americans in them. So like they need to change. They're not necessarily saying change standards, but I'm going to tell you exactly what happens.
Well, they will.
No, they won't necessarily. Not publicly. It doesn't go like that. The military, and it's very political once you get into like certain positions in leadership. So what's going to happen is they're going to have an African American gentleman that cannot meet standard. They're going to try to fail him. And then the commander is going to come down and is like, you can't. He's going to pass.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but what's to say that they wouldn't just change the standard? They've done it several times in the past 20 years.
When have they changed it? From what? What way do you mean?
What do you mean? Like just combat readiness, combat effectiveness standards for like, because to make things for equity act and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm using the right terms, but didn't they lower the standards so women could also meet it? I mean, I'm not saying this to shit on women. I'm just saying.
No. Are you saying
physical standards or whatever?
Well, you did have the Ranger School do some things, and the military is already, since we allowed women full time, quote unquote. Like there was, and once PT test didn't really become a thing until like the 80s or something, 90s. Like there was a long time where there was no PT standards in the military. It wasn't until relatively recently.
Yeah.
I do know that like right now, like in the military, there's two standards. No matter what job you do, there's the women PT test and the male PT test. That's it. Male and female. Like it's just the way it is. The Army tried to do a unisex PT test, and it was an utter failure. But do you know why? Not that women couldn't pass. That's not the issue. In their respective branch, the Army, your PT score has a lot to do with how you rank up. Like has a considerable amount. Like they want good and shaped leaders, right? That's like a good, that's what they want. And women were always at the bottom of, and no one was ranking up, so they got rid of it. They went back to the separate gendered test. So I think, but look, what we're seeing with SOCOM, when you start letting it infect even our most elite structures, and this is what, and people were like, oh well, I guess it's not a big deal if we like it was in the military when I was in too, for like back office jobs for it's called equal opportunity. It's EO. That's what it's called. EO, or affirmative action, is still relevant in the military today. So it was even in when I was in. They would hire someone based off of their race or gender.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying, like, so when you say about like the SOCOM thing actually creating a position, right? I mean, that's out in the open. They're not hiding that. They're not hiding the ball. They're telling you.
No, yeah, they are. They're basically.
I don't think that they're doing. I mean, maybe there might be circumstances where they do things internally and make decisions internally that maybe for specific cases or whatever. But in terms of their broad attention to these things, like they're telling you, they're saying, no, this is what it is now, and now we're going to do this everywhere. So I don't know.
It's awful. I don't understand.
Well, it just seems because if you look at what the utility of the military is supposed to do, it shouldn't have anything to do.
It ruins it. Yeah, honestly. Well, it just doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Like I don't care. Like honestly, like I don't care if you're trans. I don't care what you are. If you want to serve your country, you can do it. But like I'm like,
yeah, and if you can pass the test, you should be allowed to go into that thing.
Right. Like, I mean, as long as you're deemed mentally competent and you are good to go, like, I don't care.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, if you're a woman, you could pass the Navy SEAL training, then...
Right, go for it.
Yeah, you ever see G.I. Jane, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The chances of that happening... But see, this is the thing. So, in the communities, I know a lot of these guys, they are not for it. They don't want to serve with women. As far as a woman who doesn't meet the standard. But this is what you have to remember. 90% of men don't even meet that standard. And then out of that last 10%, you maybe have 2 or 3 guys that make it through the entire year or 2 training.
And that's the point, right? I mean,
you know what I mean? Like
that's purposeful. Like it's not because you want that top tier. You don't want people that just get by or meet the sub or just the bottom of a standard. That's not what you're looking for, right?
Right. You're looking for the best of the best in these positions. And in this criteria, and it's like you're dumb. Like you are dumb, and putting the military in a political position, it's like, okay, should the military have integrated? Well, yeah, I think it was probably tough to do at that point in time, but they're trying to equate the two. They're trying to say, well, this is the same thing. We're integrating race, more people of different races and different ideology, whatever you want to call it, into these spheres.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing quicker to kill an elite unit than political correctness and lowering standards.
Yeah, but do you think like 20 years from now, like, okay, so we have like a weaker, say, special forces or whatever you want to call it, like the elite soldiers. They're going to be broadly speaking, they'll just be less capable than they were 30 years before. Maybe that's always true. I don't know. But because in 20 years, whatever new generation, new people that come in, they're going to come in indoctrinated with this stuff, and they're not going to think anything of it.
Yep.
So it does normalize, right, over time.
Yeah, but the thing about the SEALs, they've been such an insular community for decades. I mean, we're talking 70, 80, 90, almost 80, 90 years, whatever. They've been pretty well protected from a lot of this stuff. And now that they're going like this, our special operations are the best in the world at what they do. They are the most elite. They are the best trained. They have the best funding. I mean, do you know how much it costs? No bullshit. A Navy SEAL, to train a Navy SEAL, it's like $12 to $15 million. Like one guy. And they have a few thousand of them, like 2,000 or 3,000 of them, right? And these are the best. And then you have like SEAL Team 6, DevGru. Those guys are the most elite in the world. Like that's some crazy shit. Like that particular team, gold team, red team, dude, they were doing some crazy shit in Iraq and Afghanistan, bro. Those fucking dudes were like scalping motherfuckers, like crazy shit. But they're elite. They're elite. You know, pretty crazy. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's a good idea though. That's just me. And I guess
no, I don't. It just because it's not productive. It doesn't actually do anything.
Nah,
not really.
No, it won't.
I mean, do people really even actually? Do people in the military like who gives a shit? Like who is caring about this?
No, it comes down to job protection.
Or these people in these like the upper brass or whatever. Like, do they subscribe to I guess they do. I mean, there's some crazy people out there that are in positions of authority that are, and they're no military bearing, doing stupid shit on the internet. Just recently, you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how are you allowed to do this?
In what context do you mean?
Well, the one that like came to mind, I know it's happened a few times though, is that stupid fucking dude who like did a TikTok video in his uniform at his desk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, talking crap about Trump when he got kicked out of office,
being disparaging about the president or whatever. Like that's like
a former president at that time,
or former president. But it wouldn't that. I mean, it's not because it's not like the freedom of speech thing. It's the fact that you did it in uniform. You're speaking from what people assume is an official capacity. Isn't that military bearing? Isn't that breaking military bearing? And it's like a problem.
It is. It is. You know. There's listen, dude, I've seen people get yelled at for talking shit about Obama. I've seen people like get into trouble, like, you know, like, and I've seen people about Trump. I think it's all, like it's definitely not good. But I think at the leadership positions, a lot of these guys just do it. Go along to get along, dude. I got 2 years to retire. I ain't rocking no boats. I ain't doing nothing. I'm a colonel. I'm a 1-star, 2-star. I'm a freaking lieutenant colonel. And the thing is, the military, there's nothing against the law that says like they are forced to do this. If you don't follow the orders appointed above you, you aren't done. You're in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. That's the culture of the military.
Well, so I guess that's like the weird thing. So when the leadership actually doesn't have the best interests of like the mission or whatever you want to call it, you're fucked.
Well, that's what General Flynn was talking about.
Don't join the military.
Yeah, honestly, it is one of those things. Like I'll say, listen, man, I'm chilling. I love my life, so I'm chilling. But Dan also won the lottery. I didn't, dude. I didn't win the lottery. You can't win the lottery by being resourceful, being educated, and reaching out for help. You know. Mm-hmm. That's the way I look at it, dude. Hey, man.
But a lot of stars aligned for that to be possible, right?
No.
Look at this guy. Look at this. You can't even say it's like, I'm very fortunate.
I prepared to separate from the military for a year. I made sure everything was documented and on paper.
Oh, here's a star that aligned.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
You had to extend your deployment, which gave you more time to actually take care of a lot of this, right?
Yeah, that's actually fair. Well, kind of. No, not really, but kind of. No,
well, that would be like a star aligning. Be like, okay, the circumstances were set up where like so when you got out, you didn't have to try to struggle through the system trying to get these things done like a lot of people
What it allowed me to do was do a program that allowed me to receive my benefits basically virtually within a week of me getting out. And that was a great thing.
Because you know from like, your friends and peers and stuff, like people just get so frustrated they just fucking stop because they get so frustrated with the system.
Yeah, a bunch of pansies, dude. Fucking pansies. Okay, you don't like my buddy. Okay, I love him to death. Jake, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but like this guy, like he goes, hey man, I reached out to this person you told me to, and they hadn't hit me back, and I was like,
call him up.
Well, I'm like, did you try again? Like, well, should I just send them the same thing? I'm like, I'm not your dad. Yeah, send them the same, whatever. Like, just try it again. Maybe they missed the email, Like that happens.
It's like I'm sorry, Dan. I'm a king. I don't do those things.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a king.
But it's a lot of it comes down to, I think, people. Like for example, I was talking to an Army veteran today. That is just, I think it's pride. It's also, I mean, I had to talk to this guy for 2 hours to get this stuff rolling, and he'd seen some shit. He was on Fallujah with the First Marine Expeditionary Force. That's like Chris Kyle. Mm-hmm. He was like on the ground with Chris Kyle, and all these guys. Like Jocko Willink was Chris Kyle's commander. You know what I mean? Like, so he was on the ground with these dudes, and he had seen some stuff. And I think there's like survivor's guilt. There's a lot of things that go into this. So it's I think that's probably most of it. And also taboo. The people think the process is hard. It's not. Difficult to do, at least anymore. Maybe our father's generation. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a meme, or it's like a stereotype or whatever, that just veterans affairs is just difficult to deal with. Everybody,
it definitely was. It absolutely was until Trump
came along.
It's called Veterans Choice, dude. That was one of the biggest things to ever happen to the VA system. Fired like 4,000 or 5,000 people or whatever it was that weren't doing their jobs. However they figured that out, and scared a shit ton of people to do their jobs right, or more accurately, more professionally. And they put a couple people in jail for malpractice, for doing things. Like, they didn't fuck around, man. And the system tightened up. And they've also did a whole new technology with it, man. Like, back in the day, it used to take you 6 months to get through your claims process, like on average. Mm-hmm. And now it's about 2 or 3. And it's all because it's automated now. It's all automated. It's great. And you used to have to go to the VA. But now you can go to private doctors to get your stuff done. So it's pretty great, dude.
Yeah,
I'm fortunate. I'm thankful. I am a guru. They just don't pay me. I should. Everyone says you should start charging.
You're so fucking.
I basically am, dude. I really if you're talking about guru and the specialists, like in the specialist realm, like that can be guru, right?
You could. I mean, what does it take to become like a self-help coach? Like, you could just say, "I am a self-help coach. Here's my phone number." And here's my PayPal information. Yeah. And you give me $100, I'll talk to you for an hour.
Yeah, go file for an LLC and you'll be good.
Yeah, we could go to companies. Actually, do you guys want to, we should start a fucking anti-racist seminar group, and then go to local businesses that are part of corporate chains and offer our services and be like $25,000 gets you the full package.
For what?
That'd be great.
Dude, we could do slideshows.
But why if other people can grift, why can't we?
Because I would go out there, I'd be in there, I could be the Q&A guy.
Yeah.
It'd be like, yeah, you cracker. Didn't feel very good, did it, sir?
Yeah.
How do you think these people feel? Just point to the one black dude in the corner. How do you think Jerry feels over there?
Yeah. My name's not Jerry. Shut the fuck up, Jerry. No one asked you.
Jerry, that's not the point, Jerry.
Oh man, dude, listen. I'm signed up for jiu-jitsu. Okay, big things are coming.
You are on the path to gurudom.
I mean, I don't work out, but I will be strong. I can't wait to get fucked up by some 16-year-olds. Honestly, pretty excited, dude. Why don't you do something like that, Sean? Like Mike does it. Like, we could all become BJJ guys.
I think. I'm gonna do something with Foster when he gets a little older.
Let's start now. They probably got it's probably it's a thing.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm so straight, Dan. Guys touching me like that, don't fly with me.
I get hard and I fight back.
Actually, that's my greatest weapon. Yeah. That's my greatest weapon, is that I would get hard and people would feel uncomfortable. Be like, hey man, if you're in a street fight, this is what would happen. The fear boner.
The ultimate defense, man. It's a baton that you can't remove. You just have to beat them. You just grab your dick, you start giving them mushroom stamps. But anyway, hey, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to get started, man.
Now, when you do jiu-jitsu, do you guys have gis?
No, it's no gi for me. Mike, you do gis, right?
Yeah, I do the gi.
It's got to be kind of nice, though.
Yeah, actually, why don't you do gis? Isn't that part of the...
No, that's the original.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing Eddie Bravo. Eddie Bravo's one of his proteges is here in town.
Does he do like Prison Planet or whatever it's called?
Prison Planet, 10th Planet. Yeah,
10th Planet. That's right.
yeah.
Flat Earth.
Prison Planet, I think, is an Alex Jones
It is.
documentary.
No,
Yeah.
no, that used to be. That's the name of one of his websites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
PrisonPlanet.tv.
That was the main one back in the day. Was Prison?
Yeah,
Planet.com.
I remember the commercials for that shit.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Dude, but it's also like a good way. Like you don't even have to be like super in shape, to do it. Like
No, just expect to get hurt if you do it.
I mean, good thing I am in super good shape. So
You are going to get injured.
You think?
Everybody gets injured.
Yeah, but like how injured are we talking? We're not talking like you might tear something though. It can happen.
You could tear something, a lot of guys pop ribs. You're going to get injured, Dan.
Oh yeah.
Because your ego is going to, if Sean starts rolling around with somebody and he knows he's a little bit better and that guy starts, like he's going to start to match his pace.
Yeah.
So, they're going to start rolling hard. Next thing you know, you fall the wrong way, you do something stupid, you're going to get injured. You're going to stub your toe, you're going to do something.
What happens when a rib pops? What does that feel like? What do you mean pop a rib? Like, what the fuck is that?
Like, you pop a rib.
Yeah, but Mike, what does that mean?
Detaches?
Yeah, like pops out, and then it'll go back in, then you got to go... Like some guys will go to like I've seen those quite a bit. Like that just happened in my gym, and he went to the emergency room. They just he wears like a bandages and he can't do anything for like 8 weeks.
Oh my god, that's
because you would just get like one of those tight band things. He's wrapping around your body.
Well, he went to the emergency room, but yeah.
What
is there anything? Is there even anything you can do for him?
I don't know. Mine like slightly popped out. But never popped out.
I feel like I've had that happen, but obviously not like.
Yeah, you're gonna sprain an ankle. You're gonna do something. You're gonna get injured. Yeah. It's just part like. I've never met somebody that did jujitsu for over a year that didn't get injured.
Well, looks like it's about time. Thank God I got healthcare. I just this is the benefit of making America great again.
Yeah. You will get injured. Or Sean, you know what, dude? This is why I wish we lived close. Because, it would be really fun, dude, if we went to, a fucking cycling class.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be awesome. I mean, I always wanted to go to one.
I mean, going to the gym and stuff like that. I think it's better if you have accountability with other people that kind of, I have to go because they're going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then all of a sudden it's like, man, I'm sick, dude. I can't.
And then,
dude, I got a popped rib, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
The
8 weeks, I'm out.
I did that a couple times.
But the cycling class would be great. That would be a lot of fun. Like getting on that bike and just fucking ramming it.
Mike, that shit probably sucks after about 5-10 minutes. You're probably
no fucking way, Dan. I love that shit.
You've done it?
Well, I've ridden bikes and shit, stationary, but not in a class. But Dan, come on, dude.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I've done stuff like that. It's
take a spin class.
I want to take one because Dan, I'm like a cardio machine, Dan. I'll just
I know you are, but I'm just saying, dude. For me,
I just fucking eat cardio.
Especially when you're across from this chick and she's 110 pounds. She's like, I can keep up. I'm a man.
Oh, I would fucking do that shit.
You can't keep up.
No,
dude.
I would. Trust
these
me.
Fucking monsters.
No,
dude,
fuck that. I would keep up, Dan. I promise.
When I was in Turkey, this chick was shredded, dude. She was doing it, and no one could keep. There was no way, dude. She was going. I don't even know how fast. I've never seen.
Well, you're talking about an elite level. Okay, I can't do that.
This
I'm
chick.
Just talking about
this
average.
Chick was for real, dude.
Okay, well, I'm talking about average. I'm not talking about for real.
Yeah, he's talking about some gal that's just does this 3 times a week, and she works at the shop and save.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I could keep up with that girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No fucking problem.
No fucking problem. I like that.
And you could say things to her that she could take the wrong way, but you're just being nice. Whoa, nice gluteus maximus. Upper dorsmus is looking good.
You know something that Sean,
nice tits.
you said something earlier that reminded me of something. You said something about insecurity about Tim, right? Tim Pool. You brought that up.
Sure.
And I was watching this. I think it was something. I think it was in the Congress or whatever. I was watching one of these people talking, and they were talking about, in particular, why Asians and Indian people do so well in this country. And there's a couple attributes that they found. One of them is I think the word is not aggressiveness. It's more I'm better than you. There's like an arrogance. There's like a little bit of an arrogance, like definitely.
Yes, they have a sense of pride and honor and.
Well, no, none of that arrogance.
Yeah,
Like,
no, but that's
the word.
no, but that's what it's part of this. Like, those are components of arrogance.
Okay, listen, you're ruining what I'm saying.
Okay,
It's not
Wait,
about
are you talking about Indian people from India?
Yes, not Native Americans, Michael. You racist.
No, I know that, but I worked
You're wearing
with one
that
of those
hat.
guys.
You can't do that. Okay. No, I'm kidding. What?
I worked with one of those guys, man. That guy worked that guy made
Yes.
$100,000 in his day job and then delivered pizzas at night with me. Owned like a couple rental properties. Was just like, I'm like, why are you working so much, man?
Yeah.
And
It's arrogance, and then it was one of the things, and then insecurity. So those two things combined are usually like those are people who are kind of got a chip on their shoulder, you know,
and they want the American dream so bad.
Yeah, like and they also do have that coming from a different place. But yeah, generally it's like that is the two main. I can't remember what the other one was, but there was three, and one of them was arrogance. Oh, competence. It was arrogance, competence, and insecurity. Those were like
Competence is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You got to be competent. If you're not, you're just fucked.
Yeah,
Well,
like
I've met a lot of lazy, smart people. I happen to be one.
Yeah, but like arrogant, insecure, and then there's maybe it's not I can't remember what it was, but it was super interesting to sit there and say, because like obviously first generation Asians, Indians, they do amazing in this country. They crush it in this country.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just these are just fundamentally different cultural values they have in terms of work ethic and what it means to be successful, what it means to their family. That's why I was saying like about pride and honor and stuff. They have a sense of like, especially if you talk about a lot of Asian cultures, they have like a lot of family stuff wrapped in that. Like that's a big motivator for them.
Indians too. I think Indians are they're very like, you will be a doctor.
You'll be exactly. You're going to be part of this lineage of our family. You're going to
dude. Half the doctors I've met in my life are Indians.
Actually, yeah, I've
like a lot of them. I'm in Wyoming. My doctor walks and he's Indian.
Actually, some of the best doctors in the world are Indians.
And Ben Carson.
And sleepy Ben Carson. As long as he can stay awake, yeah.
Hey, the guy's a sleepy guy. He's been working his whole life. But see, that's where all this like racial crap just blows my mind. I'm like, there's some of the most successful people in this country are not white.
But that's what we're talking. It's not even like it's like the color of their skin. It doesn't matter. It's just where they're from, and every country has this different set of kind of values and what they work towards goals. A lot of these countries are also not as developed as America. Like we have an immense amount of, I guess you could call it privilege living in the United States. We have it really easy, like in terms of the way the globe has it, or maybe generally the Western world. We relatively have it pretty easy in terms of like our lifestyle, our breadth of options, what we can do with our lives. We have a lot of that people just don't even from other countries that don't even occur to them.
Where are you going to go if America falls?
I'm going to go to, I don't know. I'll probably end up in like Bangkok or something.
That's one of them.
I want to go somewhere where a little money takes me a long way. You know what I mean? I could learn how to get into ladyboys. It'd be fine. Like I'd figure it out. But if I could, bank a couple $100,000, I go down there. I live the rest of my days. Like once I run out of money, I'll just overdose on heroin. Be done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. That could happen.
That would be my dream.
Yeah.
Like a couple $100,000 moves like the Philippines or something. And then when
I'm
out of
money,
money,
really wish you guys lived close to me. We could do some fun shit.
Yeah, we could overdose on drugs.
Like just fucking chug a fucking green shake and then hit that cycling class.
Go, bro. High five, bro.
We wouldn't talk after like 6 months. You just don't talk to each other anymore. No.
And Sean, you know what the best thing is? I could pick you up in my car. I got a sunroof. We could put that thing down.
Dude,
you have good vibrations by the Funky Bunch playing.
No, the Funky Bunch?
Isn't that Marky Mark in the
Funky
Bunch?
Marky. Yeah. Is it called Good Vibrations? I thought you were talking about the Beach Boys song. They have a song called Good Vibrations. Like,
yeah, isn't that it though?
No, but
that's it.
No, but I think it must be.
Yeah.
Good vibration.
But that's what we could do. Just to let you know.
Yeah, that would be us, and we could like wear sunglasses, dude.
Yeah,
just rip around
right.
Florida, fucking smoking cigarettes, dude. And like,
yeah, I would let you smoke. That's fine.
Yeah, dude, you'd be smoking
I'll
them
allow
too,
it.
buddy.
You are not Tim Pool. Mike is officially proven he is not Tim Pool. You can smoke in his car.
We would we would stop outside of gas stations, just fucking. We've listened to Good Vibrations 8 times in a row and just crank it and just like sit on the hood and eat like a cheeseburger or something.
Dude, like the ones from the microwave.
Well, I'm sticking to the green shake, but yeah, you can have that.
Well, dude, you gotta get calories when you're burning when you're part of a spin class. You can have a burger.
I'll have a muffin.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, there is nothing worse than gas station food, and I've lived off that shit.
Awful. That's the worst. Gas station food.
Do you know like the burgers?
No, the worst part is when you develop a taste for it and you're like, use one of those microwave burgers. They use one of those
the ones in the bag where you just kind of pull the edges so it has steam can get out, and then you put it in there for like 2 minutes, and then
I used to buy the things on the grills in the microwave.
Oh yeah.
The what on the grill?
Like they have a bunch of stuff on their little grill. Like they have little round like
the tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to crush those, man. Because I would ride the road.
Dude, and those are so good. Have a smoke after eating like 3 or 4 of those.
Oh yeah, dude. Do you know like the ones that are like they're like chicken?
Yeah.
They're like they're just the round the cylinder chicken ones, like the spicy one, the buffalo chicken one. Dude,
and Dan, it's like 8 a.m. and you get a cup of coffee with it. You buy a pack of smokes.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I would every time I drive home, I stop at this gas station, and I usually walk in, and it's like I'll grab 2 of those. Yeah. I'll grab 2 of them.
But you got to break that habit, Dan. I had to break it. It's not good for you.
I don't never do it now. I mean, I have a home, for God's sakes. I can't be seen eating.
Okay, good. I didn't know if you were still doing that.
I can't remember I think the last time I ate anything like that, it was probably when I lived in Alaska.
What?
I worked in a gas station. So
you never go back into like a 7-Eleven or a Circle K or
no? I mean,
Wawa's.
I've been
a Wawa, dude.
Well, Wawa's
are legit.
Wawa is different.
You can get like a real sandwich from a Wawa. I've had a Wawa sandwich.
There's another one called. There's another one. It's in like Pennsylvania.
Sheets.
Yes. How do you fucking know that, dude?
Dan, I know all.
I've been everywhere because I'll never because everyone for some reason it has to do something. Some people from Pennsylvania. And people who live in like New Jersey, that area with like Wawa, and they're like, you gotta go, man. Like you got to go. Yeah. So when I went and visited before I went to Turkey, I went to my buddy in New Jersey. He's like, hey, we're going to Wawa's. And I was like,
but Sheetz is better. Sheetz is better.
There, see, that's like the In-N-Out and
I'm personally a Sheetz guy.
Okay.
Like I'll go to Sheetz all day, every day.
What like I had Sheetz. I think I got something like.
Well, here's with me. Sheetz is just like it's more like it has more like what is a sentimental value because I went to Sheetz when I was a kid and I never seen a gas station like that where you could order a cheeseburger at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
And I went into because I would travel back and forth from Virginia through Pennsylvania and they have them in Virginia too.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'd be traveling at that time. And if you could order you could order a double cheeseburger, put whatever you want on it, and it would come out so good. It came out like a real like burger.
Meal, like a meal. That's a fucking meal, dude. Like that's real food. Yeah, as far as Americans, and especially when you're like a kid.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
So that's how I fell in love with Sheetz first.
I'm trying to think of a sentimental food establishment, Sean. Can you think of from when we were kids? I can think of Athol Pizza.
Yeah, 8 Dragons.
8 Dragons, Athol Pizza. Yeah, that'd be it for me.
Those were the ones that I remember the most.
Because that's kind of.
Yeah, but this wasn't like that for me. This was just more when I was a teenager.
No, I hear you. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Living the life of a nomad.
Yeah, like kind of ripping around. You go to Sheetz, you get yourself.
Yeah. All I can hear now is Mike like ripping around, listening to Good Vibrations, eating gas station food, and
wearing
like,
sunglasses wearing sunglasses at night.
Like you can see him like biting into the burger and the song going like Good Vibration.
Yes, Mike. I bet you were. I've always wanted to go on a road trip with you, Mike. I think that would be a fun time.
Oh, it's a good time.
I bet we would rip, dude. I remember when I got Mike to listen to Modest Mouse, and then he said listen to him like on a road trip, and that's when he like fell in love.
I used to go on road trips, man, and
All the
just get completely stoned in the middle of the night by myself.
Just driving?
And just driving stoned and pump myself with energy drinks.
Like, but I mean, are you talking on the highway? Like
on the highway, going down 95, ripping a bowl.
Good vibration.
It's like you never got like paranoid at all.
I got paranoid, yeah.
Like when you think about cops, like dude.
Yeah, I used to get paranoid all the time.
What'd you do to like? Did you ever do anything, or just smoke weed and rip? And you didn't care?
I would smoke weed, rip, light a cigarette, so the smell wouldn't be there. One time I got so paranoid I hucked all my weed out.
You were that
I was like, oh shit, man! If I get caught,
better chuck it now before someone tries to pull me over.
Dan, I drove all the way to Michigan when I was 16 with no license from Massachusetts.
What? And your parents didn't care?
My parents didn't know.
How did this happen?
Because I got sent out there on a trip with another guy, and I lied to that guy and said, no, I got my license now. I can drive. You're going to let me drive. I want to drive.
So you just lied to him?
Yeah. Well, he kind of knew that I didn't, but...
So that would be you being a little arrogant, saying, I can drive.
It was with Ben P.
No way. So you ripped all the way to Michigan and back? No driver's license. And back. No driver's license.
No driver's license.
Mike, you were living on the edge of life, man. You didn't know it, huh? You were just didn't care. Young, dumb.
In a minivan.
In a minivan, dude. Smoking weed.
I wasn't smoking weed that time because he was there, but I was smoking cigarettes.
God, it's a good life, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than get a big fat Red Bull, 21 ounce, sitting in the thing, got a cigarette hanging out of your mouth, listen to a good podcast.
Red Bull and a cigarette. Sean, you know that. You know that's good.
I do.
Yeah. Are you still drinking those energy drinks, Sean? You still ripping on them, or are you off of them still?
What, the energy drinks?
Yeah. Did you get back on? Fell off, huh?
Yeah, I fell off hard.
You can't just... I like every time he picks his water bottle up and he drinks it, it's like the Wafoo red goes right into the water bottle.
Yeah, it looks like you're drinking blood.
It's like you're drinking blood. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Sean, you ever try these kombuchas?
Hey, I've had those. Those are good.
I don't think I have, actually. No, I've seen the bottles.
Things ever, dude.
They're like $3. I buy like 2 or 3 a week.
Mike, I mean, like, how many carbs are in that?
I don't know. The calories, okay. There's 50 calories. Let's see.
Carbohydrates,
12 grams.
Can't do it. Too
Why?
Much. Can't do. I don't. I try to go as little carbs as possible.
You need to get carbs, dude.
I do get carbs. I just am very selective of the carbs I intake. Like I get carbs from like usually like broccoli and sausage. I mean,
so how much weight did you lose from your beginning of this journey to now? How much weight have you lost?
I don't know.
Guess.
I would guess.
I would say 30 at least.
I would say more. Probably more than that. I would say probably 60, close to 60.
60 pounds. Listen, your body has adjusted. You need to do something different.
Well, I just started going back on it, like, and I've already in the past 2 weeks, I've already started slimming out again.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, and when I wasn't, the problem with doing shit like this is, even though when I wasn't like following it as closely as I had been for that, for that super long time, I still wasn't going crazy. Like I wasn't just fucking pigging out, and then you just immediately start gaining weight back.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So I think the benefit would be to I think you just need to exercise more.
I do.
You know what my theory is on that kind of stuff?
What?
If you want to have good cardio, man, you got to eat carbs.
Well, if you're running a lot and stuff,
that's just my opinion.
But
no, if you're trying to be like an elite level fucking athlete, you got to fucking put carbs.
No, I'm just
I
like had an understanding of what I was doing was like something I couldn't do forever, and it was like a crash diet almost that because I was like, I want to lose a lot of weight fast.
Yeah, I get it.
That was the whole point. Like, it's like, I know that like, it's not something that's sustainable forever. I do understand that, but I'm going to bottom it out. And then I kind of readjust. That's all I can do, really.
Yeah, I mean, but how do you know when you bottomed out? Like, what is your marker if you're not weighing yourself?
because I don't have a scale. That's really the only reason. But
Well, we'll fix that. I'll buy you a fucking scale.
oh, I could buy one. I just forget. I don't think about it.
We'll consider it a.
I usually go based on like how my clothing fits. So if my clothes start fitting a little tighter, I'm like, well, I guess I gained a couple pounds.
Yeah.
But now, excuse me, I'm kind of almost back to where I was, where it's like, oh, now my like these shorts I'm wearing, like I can barely keep them up now. So that's like, what is it, a 36 waist. So I'm probably really actually like a 34 at this point.
Yeah.
You know what works for me a lot is if I fast like 14 hours, I'll drop like fat, like boom. And I can eat whatever I want. If I go 14, 16-hour fasting, fat starts falling off.
That doesn't backfire?
What do you mean?
Because like your body suddenly will be starving for like for fat, carbs, and stuff like that, and then it stores it.
Yeah, but if that's only time you eat.
No, I only eat 8 hours, and then if I do that, and
that's
then
what I do.
Fast for 14 to 16 hours, I lose weight.
But that's what I do.
Yeah, but Sean,
I only give myself
how
an 8-hour window.
How are you not cheating a little bit though with all those energy drinks? That's what I'm wondering.
It could be considered treating. I look at the back of it, like in the same way I look at everything. I look at what are the carbs? What is this?
It would be.
I go 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 all that stuff. Like those are the only ones I do, and I don't ever deviate from that. I don't know. Like, granted, I'm not.
But they kick on your metabolism.
Some of them do, yeah.
So that's like the problem with them. But I'm not like that strict either. Like I'll drink coffee with a little bit of cream in it. That's technically cheating.
It is technically cheating, yeah. Because I do I do coconut oil. Like if I'm gonna put something in my coffee.
That sounds awful.
No, it just it has like it gives it the coffee a little bit of a coconutty taste. It's good.
I like it black, dude.
It's good for your skin.
Black like my men. That's how I like them.
It doesn't change the taste like that drastically. It's more of a health thing. It's like taking cod.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's like.
Oh, okay.
Like for your skin, like that kind of shit. It's got a little bit. It's got healthy fats in it.
I'm gonna go get some of my lotion because it's coconut. It's got coconut in it, and I'll just start eating that, and I'll be fine.
There you go.
The lotion in my
Dude, you know what I love, man, for carbs? You know what some of my favorite carbs are sweet potato fries, homemade. You cut up the sweet potato, put them in olive oil. Dude.
I like pizza. I love pizza. Like, dude, that's all I want to eat.
I think something I've started realizing is I got a little thick, boy. I became a little thick, a little bit, and I just been enjoying exercising, just going out and like enjoying the sun. Like go out and you don't have to run hard, because like usually I'm gonna go outside. I'm just gonna walk for an hour. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah, you're never gonna lose any weight doing that.
No, maybe not. Well, you lose more weight than doing nothing. I don't eat crazy though.
Dan goes for a 20-minute walk. Fucking, he comes inside, opens the fridge. Good hard cut, good vibrations, and he's like drinking chocolate milk out of a carton and eating a cold piece of pizza.
No,
that's what it is, too.
If I'm the most carby thing I eat, is probably spaghetti. I think spaghetti is probably the most carby thing I eat. That's like, I get that.
That's like the most carb.
Yeah. Ever. But I'll eat that over like 2 days, and then I won't really touch much for like a month or something, or 2 weeks. Like I make spaghetti every like 2 weeks. It's not
spaghetti's horrible for you. It makes you feel like crap too.
I love spaghettis, dude. What are you talking about? It's delicious.
Well, it's delicious. I love it too, but I'm just saying, like the next day you kind of feel bloated.
Oh yeah, you eat like 40 meatballs. Great, dude.
Dan, I'll eat like huge, like massive plates of spaghetti, and the next day, like my belly will be like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a little bloated right now myself from it, but you gotta feed the beast, dude.
But I went for a walk for about 10 minutes yesterday.
No, but okay, it's like I laid on my couch for a year and I gained 20 pounds. Okay. Like, so if I just walk or I'm not saying I don't run. I was just saying.
Yeah, I get it.
I just like to be out in the sun,
Hey, Dan.
Go out. Yeah.
Can I give you if you're hungry, a pre-jujitsu snack?
Yes.
Like eat this. You gotta eat this like 45 minutes before you go in.
Celery.
Okay.
It's celery.
This is gonna get you going, man. It's gonna give you plenty of energy. It's great. This is like the energy booster. This is what I do if I'm running like a 5K. I'll eat this.
Okay.
You take 2 pieces of toast, whole wheat, like Ezekiel bread toast.
Yeah.
You ever eat Ezekiel bread?
No, but I get it. It's I get what you're saying.
Okay.
The good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff. They're little. They're not
grain.
big. The whole grain, but the bread's smaller because it's like real.
Uh-huh.
And you buy it in the frozen section because it can't go out on the shelf. It'll get mold.
Oh, okay. I did not know that, but okay.
Yes, it's called the Ezekiel bread. You put 2 of those in the toaster. You get butter, real butter, not margarine, not some cheesy stuff.
Like Kerrygold butter.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I buy. You put it on it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put peanut butter on it. And then you cut up a banana and divide the whole banana onto the 2 pieces of peanut butter toast with extra peanut butter butter on the bottom of it, you know. And then you eat those, and then you go to jujitsu, and you'll have energy for like 2 or 3 hours.
Because it's like a protein blast, an energy blast. You could probably also substitute
potassium in there.
You could substitute the banana with avocado if you really wanted to get crazy.
No, don't do that. That's that avocado will make you sick. Banana will give you energy.
Why would it make you sick?
Because, dude, you can't eat it because it's a fat. So you want something quick because you're going to jujitsu. Like, avocado's not going to give you no energy.
You just talked about putting 3 layers of peanut butter on it.
No, I said put 1 layer of peanut butter, but put the butter underneath it.
Yeah,
put butter as well.
Peanut butter, banana. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you think avocado was
Avocado's a fat. That's not going to give you energy like a banana.
It's got potassium, Sean. Potassium.
And sugar.
The potassium exports.
And all that sugar. Dude, trust me, dude. A banana will give you energy for like an hour, 2 and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. All right. What movie is that from where someone puts a bit... I honestly don't remember, but this is in my head right now. It's a famous movie, and it's from our era growing up, where someone takes a banana. He needs potassium, and she puts it in her mouth, and she chews it up. And what movie is that? I can't think of it.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. It's the 3rd Honey, We Shrunk the Kids movie.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Because the parents are shrunk, and their kids are like, "Oh, the parents are gone. We're throwing a house party." And then this kid goes into shock because he's got potassium deficiency or something. Isn't he diabetic?
Yeah.
And they're like, and one of the things you can do is eat a banana. And then the mother's so proud because the older daughter remembered. Oh, she does pay attention. She does love her brother.
Dude, I used to.
Dude, I literally have not seen that since I was like 10 years old.
I mean, I respect you for remembering, but I seriously was like, I'm impressed I even remember that moment. I just don't know why that. Does it ever happen to you where you look back and you just have those random memories from when you were a kid, like something that just makes no sense, and you're like, I don't know why I remember this, man.
Yeah, I have that sometimes.
That I just popped in my head. Oh, give him some potassium.
That happens to me too.
You know?
Yeah, but seriously, Dan, try that, and I promise you'll have energy.
Well, you'll fucking flip harder. You'll kick faster. Okay, buddy? You're going to be a beast out there. They're gonna
you will. Trust me. It'll work.
No, they're going to call him the beast. They're going to call him the hedgehog. He's going to roll on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, I just fucking ripped.
Listen, if you're going to go work out, that's what you eat. It's good.
Oh, it stinks, dude. Oh, it smells like hot garbage in here, dude.
That's nasty.
Dude, this is my favorite time of year right now, I think. I don't know about you, weather-wise, this is my favorite time of year.
Yeah, it's nice. Really nice out. The pool's getting going.
Yeah.
I like the fall. I like October.
I like the fall, too.
Yeah, but this is the same thing.
Weather. I like sweater weather.
This is the fall of summer. Or the fall
They're
of
both really good.
This is the fall of winter. This is the best time. Like, I'm talking, it's like 68 degrees in my house. Don't have any electricity. No run. Nothing running.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and but you can go outside. It's like 75. It's not too hot.
Beautiful. The sun hits you.
Wind's blowing. You go down to the river, and you can go run by the river, and the water's the river, like all the wind's coming right off on you. It's so nice, dude.
Things you could do, yes.
What do you mean?
I'm joking.
Take a fucking ginger shot. Feel good.
Yeah, Mike, I hate you.
Got your kale.
What the fuck does Mike do over there all day? Like, I hope you don't do this to your fucking kids. These poor kids, man. Hey, come here, take a ginger shot with me, you fucking bastard. Come on. You want to feel good?
Hey, Dan, it'll help you. Just do it.
No, I hear you. Dude, I have to get I take so many vitamins every day. I should probably start taking some cod oil and stuff like that, but
I do. I started, actually, one of the things that actually
I take fish oil, but not cod.
One of the things that spurred me to actually start like religiously every morning taking vitamins was the diet because I was like not feeling great. I was definitely having vitamin deficiency. So
yeah. That
so
cod liver's full of vitamin D.
Yeah, I started taking the kind
I
of
take that. I take vitamin D, vitamin K, biotin, collagen.
Wow, how do you afford all this?
B12. I mean, it's not crazy, I guess.
Dan, you know what I do?
Like
when
every
I'm
2 months,
outside,
I re-up.
if I want vitamin D,
yeah,
I'll just go outside and stand in the sun and be like, "Give me
He's
vitamin
like,
D."
I just
Yeah.
strip
And then-
naked. I strip naked.
Yeah, but now I got the kids going because I'll go outside. I'll be like, "Oh, I got hit with vitamin D."
yeah.
Now when they go outside, the sun hits them. They're like, "Oh, I got hit with a bolt of vitamin D."
Like they're just kids out there. I got the D. Like, screaming some fucked up shit. The neighbors are like, "What are they doing over there?" Jeez. The FBI raids your home. We hear you giving out D out here.
But no, that's how you get. That's like the best way to get vitamin D. Is go right out in the sun.
Yeah. I think I have like a natural vitamin D deficiency though, because I've learned a lot about it because of my wife. No, my wife has a natural vitamin D deficiency. She actually she went to a doctor like a couple years ago to like got her blood levels checked and stuff. They're like, yeah, you're like this is not good.
Maybe that's why COVID affected you guys because you have the lack of the D.
Maybe it's possible.
That's what they say. Take zinc and vitamin D. That's what they say.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm getting zinc from, but
like I don't know, but it's one of those things that contributes to things like depression and stuff like that. Like if you have vitamin D imbalances and deficiencies, that's why it's actually important. Like some people have to take extra. They have to take the
dude, my blood levels are perfect. They say my blood. I actually get my blood drawn again I get my blood drawn every 6 months. Get a full workup. And
I don't get that. I never even gotten that before.
Yeah, because Mike, we're not fools. We're not putting ourselves.
Well, I get it. I get it for free. So they just always
reschedule me. I'm sure when the next virus, the next pandemic happens, Dan's gonna be fucking profiled. They're gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, probably
kill these people.
Dan, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna tell you that you might have something wrong with you, and then you're gonna end up believing it, and it's actually gonna get worse, and then you're just gonna end up fucking killing yourself.
Yeah, well, I was actually,
because you think yourself into this sickness.
No, I no, that's true. Mike's not wrong. So there's it happens actually quite a bit. It's the placebo effect. It's a real thing, right? So the placebo can make you feel better or make you feel worse or whatever.
Yeah, it can make you feel the opposite too.
There was this, this famous case. It may be anecdotal. I don't know how accurate, or how often this happens. There was a case the dude was taking this medication. He was perfectly fine before he went in and before he started taking it. And he was told, he was like, hey, this is not the placebo. This is the real thing. And then he tricked himself into thinking he was dying, and he was legitimately gonna die. He was close to dying. His body, he had given up, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. And the doctor who runs the study comes in and tells him hey, you have the placebo. You're fine. This is not happening. And he got better within a few hours and could be discharged.
Yeah. So the mind is very powerful in terms of what you can actually kind of manifest in your own body.
Well, it's like let's talk about transgender people. Okay. I'm just kidding.
Listen, if they just get electric shock therapy and they start thinking differently, their lives are going to be better.
But just real quick on that. Therefore, my philosophy is right. If you never think you're sick,
no,
that is probably. It's hypochondriacs have worse anxiety issues and people who get sick a lot. They usually have super big depression and anxiety problems, and that leads to them dying younger. It does. People with those psychological conditions generally die younger. But people who are, you can have depression and anxiety, but people who understand it and this is a problem I have, but I'm going to overcome it. It's just in my head or whatever. They usually live longer and they have healthier lives and better lives because they just don't accept it, I guess.
You accept it, you acknowledge it, and you develop coping strategies. You learn how to work through it. I mean, that's the whole that's what it, that should be the work of going to when you go see a therapist or something. But unfortunately, I think a lot of times nowadays people use it just as a way to validate how they feel, and then they don't actually want to try to get better. They just like, no, look, I go to a fucking therapist, I go to a psychologist. He's put me on like 60 medications. Listen, I got problems. Okay,
Because I overcame it and I never went
come
back.
to the gym today, guys. Okay, I got this doctor's note. Okay, he said I'm sad today.
Yeah,
get out of here.
That's true. But I think you're right, Sean.
I think that's a naivete on people, and that's like people that are almost kind of victimized by a system that's actually not trying to make you feel better. Because if they did, then they wouldn't have people to service. Like it's an industry, just like anything else, just like pharmaceuticals. It's a fucking industry. They push drugs on people. I mean, people, whether it's fucking doctors or it's psychologists or doctors, or whether you work in just like the regular physiological field or you work in the field of psychology, they make deals with drug companies to fucking push them on you. It's I can't even believe this shit's legal.
Well, dude, you're allowed to sell to them. When I was looking at sales jobs, those things would pop up.
Yeah.
What drug sales rep or whatever?
Or pharmaceutical
sales person?
Yeah, and I met a guy that did it, and he just said, yeah, I go into the doctor's offices, I go into the therapist's offices, and I tell them about the new drugs that are coming out, blah, 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 the benefits of them, the disadvantages, and I try to sell them, and then he gets paid if he sells.
That's so crazy. That's why what was it, Vicodin was making such a killing and shit for like
those salespeople made
there's a good documentary on it.
It just blows my mind that shit is fucking legal. It's legal for a doctor, a physician, to get a kickback from a fucking drug company if they prescribe enough medication.
Somebody like me.
That's crazy, dude.
From me, I could go and sell it to them.
You could be the person that draws up the deal. And look at this guy. Look what this hat he's wearing. Would you trust him? I would not trust him.
I would obviously be trying to will and deal, trying to make more sales.
Listen, man, listen. You got to get the kids on these things because it's like candy to them. They love it.
I mean, it's all social construct, dude.
It's got a sweet, sugary coating. It's like Pez. They love it.
Oh, it's pretty awful. I don't know why. I don't know if the answer is, but I don't think if you like are seriously, unless you're seriously injured, then you go to a doctor, or you're having serious thoughts about doing something, then you go to a doctor.
Yeah.
But for most normal everyday things, like you'd probably be okay.
Do you think we're also just increasingly living in a culture and society that is actually making people mentally ill?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. Like if you have to unplug. Like, get out of there, man.
I unplugged.
Like, there's almost like a weird thing. Like, you got to really watch what your kids watch. You got to really pay attention to what kind of media they're consuming and what kind of lessons they're being taught and, like, what subconsciously, like, some of these things could be teaching them without them fully understanding it. Like, that stuff's really important, And
of course it is, yeah.
It's like, and that's where it starts. Like, think about it. We're going to have a whole generation, or we already do, but even more so now with the way the critical race theory and everything, they're going to be teaching them from elementary school that race is the only thing that matters. Your identity is the only thing that matters. It has nothing to do with the content of your character, but what you look like. And that's what you look like, not who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, think about that. It's
very unhealthy. And that's why
I think
if you have kids, you really got to be... You got to be involved in their lives. You have to
go find like 4 or 5 other people in the community that want to homeschool their kids. Then you guys can hire a teacher. Like that might be the best way. Like to stop that from happening, like within your family. Because like, why would you want to send your kids to college?
Yeah, then you're gonna have a weird, fucking awkward kid, man. He's got to get out there and try to get at it.
No, but that's why you have him do jujitsu, sports, like you, Mike. You were
Dan. He can't be out there trying to get women in jujitsu. Come on, man.
Not that, but like
when I say get out there and get at it, you know what I mean.
Oh well,
you have to face those kinds of challenges, and those are like proving grounds when you're young to kind of learn how to think about things and to have your ideas challenged and stuff. And hopefully, like you have enough of an open dialogue and you have good parents that you can come home and talk about these things. Like that's why it's very important to me to have make sure I have a very like communicative relationship with my son and my wife. We just all talk about it, and there's always like a culture of comfort in our home, no matter what the subject is. Like, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing to be ashamed about.
That's where you're wrong, dude. You can't be your kid's friend, dude. You got to treat it. You got to be like, no, we're not fucking friends. I'm your fucking father.
Who the fuck says anything
You
about
know?
being like friends?
Yeah, you'd be like, I'm not your fucking friend, kid. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Guess it really worked out well for us. So
It obviously it did. I don't know why it didn't. I don't think Dad was necessarily like that, but
no, I don't think he was either. But
there's
I think
don't
it's
know.
kind of weird for you to think that like if you develop a relationship with your child that they can trust you and they can come to you, that means that you're not like asserting yourself as their parent.
It's not about that, man. You gotta raise kids hard, man. You gotta raise them hard.
Yeah,
You know?
that's like the fine
And-
line, dude. That's and Sean. I was actually been thinking about this because it's super hard. With like my daughter, I just want to spoil her and give her everything and never let her do anything, and I just want to like whatever she wants. I just want to give it to her.
I just hit the point where it started to wear off.
So,
it goes
but
away.
that's where I'm at, and I'm like, man, whatever she asks, I just want to give it to her. I don't care.
You could, it's like it's a cliche to say, but dude, like you've never loved something like that.
Yeah,
You've
Dan,
never
it's
loved
totally
something-
fucking awesome.
No, I know.
And it's a cliche and it's stupid and I understand that, but it really is a thing. It's just like I've never experienced that kind of
it's way different
person.
It's true, but like Mike, what number are you in the family? Like 5, 6?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle.
You're like 6, right?
Yeah,
you are
so,
6.
Yeah,
you're 6. Okay, so like it had worn off by then. Okay, with your parents, it was like it's another fucking kid.
Yeah, no, I know that.
No, but what I know, but what I'm saying is like there's a reason why you are the way you are today, and like that obviously plays.
No, yeah,
factor,
I
right?
get that, but no, that's what I was saying. It's that balance of like.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm gonna be on the opposite end of this. I'm gonna like spoil her, and I'm not gonna be tough enough on her. But if I know if I'm not tough enough, then she's just gonna.
I'm not saying to be a dick to your kid, but they're like
no, you gotta make them tough. You gotta make them be able to like handle shit.
But that's being tough in a. It depends what you mean by that. Like encouraging your kids to like openly communicate with you, just so that you can bounce out, just so you can talk about stuff. It's important.
I never said that was a bad idea.
Like, what are you gonna do when you're confronted with something that you morally don't agree with, and you're like, no, you're not doing that.
That doesn't mean you don't like act as a parent, Dan. Like, what are you talking about?
That is being a parent.
I am. Yeah. What are you talking about? Why would those things be mutually exclusive?
What do you mean?
He's saying that if he comes to you and has this open discussion,
and I have to say no, like I disagree or this can't happen,
or
whatever.
And then he goes, "Fuck you, Dad! Like fuck you! Like fuck you! I don't have to fucking listen to you." Well, and then it's gonna be like, then there's like, you know what I mean? Like that's
but he probably won't say that because
like
he knows it's safe.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you develop a relationship where you don't have those kinds of conflicts. It could have happened, possibly. Of course, it could.
Oh, it's gonna happen, dude. That kid's a Deegan. That shit is happening.
He's not going to be like our family. I'll tell you that fucking right now. He's not. 100%.
He's a Deegan, dude.
It doesn't matter, dude. It's not. There's no genetic destiny in terms of your behavior. It's what you're cultivated in. It's the environment that you're in.
I mean, but see, like, it's. I don't know. I just don't know if there's things that you just can't help but imprint on your children. You can try all you want, but there's just certain things, certain characteristics that you have that you don't even know you do most of the time.
Oh, I'm probably more aware than you think I am, but sure.
But then it's just like something that you just can't stop. I don't think. Like there's some parts.
All I know, it's going to be hard to find the right balance because I'm going to want to spoil my little daughter too much.
And it's like homeschooling can be good for kids because they're usually interacting with like mainly adults, and which is like probably when we were kids were growing up.
You haven't met a fucking homeschooler, dude. Let me tell you something, Dan. I'm an expert around homeschoolers. I know that, but let me tell you, like, listen, man. I'm not against homeschooling, but it's got to be done right, and it almost should be like they go to like a co-op school, like
that's what
2
I'm saying,
days
like
a week,
like a pod, like a bunch of like what you did. I don't think that really qualifies, honestly. Like a lot of it, like
no, that's the traditional homeschooling where it's just you're out there, you never you just left to your own, but like the modern homeschoolers are like they're in co-op schools a lot. of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
you're
part of a, like Dan said, like you're part of a community of people that are all doing it. You all take the same curriculum. They will have play dates. And they hang out together and they get together and they take certain classes together. They do their own sports. Like There's stuff like that all
Oh,
over the
yeah.
place. I don't know if it's necessarily where I am. I haven't really
No,
looked
it's
into it, but
trust me.
it could be somewhere where I live. It's probably
I mean,
I live near Augusta, so it's probably at least in Augusta.
well, I would imagine like if you had like a teacher and then like a teacher that costs like, maybe I don't know, $40,000-$50,000 a year, and like 6, 7 people, 8 people come together, and whatever it is, however.
Well,
it
it's
would
more
work.
of like normally like a church will organize it, or like some
Yeah.
kind of like group.
Yeah, a lot of times I think it is church affiliated. A lot of times.
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know.
That's if the church doesn't have their own school, I would
Yes.
imagine.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they have that same kind of mentality as like, oh, we don't want our kids being taught in the secular way or exposed to certain things or.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the question is like, do you put your kids at risk to becoming like an idiot, or do you want them?
It's just like you don't just drop them off and then they come back however they come back.
I don't think my kids are going to be idiots because the other two are already
not necessarily not idiots, but I'm saying like, what happens if your daughter who's older starts coming back from school saying like I'm oppressed or something?
No,
like, how are you going
to let that happen?
Like, how are you going to handle it though? Because that is going to happen, Mike. That is what they're teaching these kids. Now, actually, I think Florida did an anti-critical race theory thing, but that might only be for government. I don't know if that's for education, because the federal government is the one who dictates what money goes where.
My child won't go to like a public school.
Well, I'm talking. You have 2 kids right now.
Yeah, they don't go to public school.
Where do they go?
They go to a little private school, a Christian school.
Oh, do they really? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. Well, because even Christianity, dude, is even getting like
I know,
very,
but it's
very
better. But
leftist.
And I live in like a very conservative area in the country, like especially northern Florida is super conservative. So a lot of like the teachers and things like that are naturally not progressive. They're more just hunky dory, old timers. Like everybody knows everybody in this little town. Maybe like 3rd, 4th generation type people.
Oh, but like, so that is a K through 12?
Yeah. And on like Fridays, they only have half days.
Oh, well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. And they have like a bunch of animals and like they like learn how to count with like chicken eggs and stuff.
Oh, shit. Is it like free for this?
No. Well, how Florida is that Florida does it like this. If you're underneath a certain income, you can go to a private school up to $15,000 per year. Because
the state funding, from the federal funding, like it's called school choice. Like you actually get to choose where your kids go. You don't have to follow your
but you have to make underneath a certain amount to get it. If you make over it, then you got to pay. Right.
That's still great though. So like how is that not the way to do this in this country, where it's basically school choice for poor people, for people that have a certain income, right? And isn't that what all this is bitching about?
Yeah, but some of the private schools, like if there's like a school that's like 20 or 30,000, I don't think you can go to that school.
No, but like
unless you pay the difference.
But a 12, 15,000, that's probably a pretty dang good like private school still.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good school.
Yeah, but I don't think I think the tuition maybe normally if you had to pay for it, it's like 10 or something.
Right, but like it doesn't matter because you're not paying for it, so they charge you more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, like I think that's great, and that's the kind of things that we should do. Give access. Every kid should have access to good education. That's great.
So yeah, that's better. That's why and they have like they just like and it's not like a certain denomination. It's just like generally Christian. It's not like Catholic. It's not Baptist. It's just general theme.
Do you even have to be Christian to go there?
No, but you don't. In any school you don't have to. But the general theme is just like Christian, like they teach them Bible stories, but it's not like from a certain religion view.
Right. That's cool, dude. That's really awesome.
Yeah, it's a good school. It's actually really good.
That makes me happy, honestly.
I wouldn't.
Do they have anything like that, Sean, in SC?
No.
Fucking, you gotta move to Florida, dude. For the kid, worth it. You and Mike can be neighbors.
Yeah, well,
living.
But
I couldn't afford to move to Florida anytime soon, so
Florida's pretty cheap.
You could sell the house for more than what you bought it for.
Yeah, like theoretically. doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. Like you don't like. I mean, you can get a house appraisal. It doesn't mean you're going to get that much for your house, but
yeah, but it's definitely you would definitely get more than what you bought. Like definitely get more than what you bought it for. Like probably at least 30, 40 grand over that.
No, we would get. We know how much we'd get. We'd get 30 over what we paid, but now
it's only 6 figures. That's all it's worth. You sure it's worth more than that in that area?
No, so I mean, it could be like there's a future potential because of the development of where we live, because a lot of people are moving here.
Yeah,
and they've built up a lot of nicer properties and stuff like that, and to attract people from the cities and Colombia and all that stuff. So, I mean, there's potential. There's upwards potential in the area we live in. So,
hey, Sean, let me ask you a question. How many projects do you have to do on that house?
Projects?
Yeah, like I have like a gazillion projects that
fixer upper stuff.
House.
Oh yeah, probably like a lot of stuff. Yeah,
dude, I have like so many.
It's just all little stuff. Actually, honestly, our house really wasn't that bad. The worst thing about our house is that it was like handyman. No offense, Mike.
Yeah, I know you mean.
No, a handyman like kind of didn't know really what they were doing.
Yeah, I get it.
Doing wiring and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, it probably really needs to be addressed at some point. Like somebody go down there and like run new wires and make sure everything's on the right circuits and shit. Like we have really weird outlets on like the circuits. The way the circuits work is like insane. The way the things that are connected to each other.
I wouldn't touch that, Sean. That'll cost you. That'll cost
I'm not. I'm never going to touch that. I would have somebody look at it and tell me if it's worth doing. Like
but why it works? That's all that matters.
Well, it could be like a hazard at some point.
I wouldn't worry about it, man. John, you're talking about like a $20,000 project.
It's possible, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
To run all those, but like my house, man, like I have like huge projects. Like all the bathrooms need to be redone, the kitchen, everything's from the 1980s. Things are falling apart. Every faucet leaks. Like everything is just.
I mean, I usually have taken care of those things as they've kind of come. Like, so I'll just fix it like pretty quickly. I mean, we were talking about it because we were thinking about like, should we remodel a bathroom? Should we build a deck in the back? We want to try to do things that like will raise the value of the house, but maybe not cost us a ton. So we're kind of more like worried about aesthetic things that just make the house look more presentable. Because we don't plan on staying here forever. We only want to stay here for another like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, okay.
In this house, we might stay in this area, but this house we really kind of just want 3 or 4 more years, and then we'll sell it, hopefully make way more than we bought it for, and then be able to go get a nicer place at a little bit nicer of an area.
Makes sense.
Better schools and all that stuff.
So we don't want to dump 30 grand into this house. Like I don't want to do that. Like
that's what I gotta do, but I have to do that to mine because like everything is just completely outdated.
But like when you sell yours, it'll be worth over 2 probably.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the way interest. Like, think that the good thing about all this money they're spending, it's scary, but it's going to cause inflation, which is just going to make you're going to be able to. It's going to be harder to buy a house even then, but prices are going to go up considerably. Like,
and here's the thing: anybody out there, if you're buying a pool house, a house with a pool, don't buy one unless you got a lot of money.
Yeah, that's just expensive.
Yeah.
And they're money holes. They're money holes.
Yeah, because I got to get mine re-cemented on the inside.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's like $7,000, $8,000.
Oh, that sucks.
And I just had to get a new filter.
Oh, man.
And all the chemicals, man. Pools, no fun. Don't do them.
No fun. That's the one thing after seeing what my mom dealt with the pool. There was a place here that I could have probably got pretty easily. But it had a pool. I was like, fuck that. I'm not.
Only if you have a lot of money.
Yeah, I was like, nah, dude, I ain't trying to deal with that shit. Like, So I got this dumpy little house,
But Dan, what do you got to do for projects?
Probably a few shingles got ripped off the roof during this big. We had some storm. I was right in the middle of it, dude. Like
how big was the storm?
No, it was tornado. It was like that. It was like 80, 90 mile an hour winds.
Okay. So here's what
go outside
you need to call a roofing company and ask them.
Already got talk to a public adjuster and see like who he recommends.
Because they're gonna if they're a good roofing company, they'll help you make the claim because your roof was compromised from that storm. You need a new roof.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to get a license
Yes. Yes.
roofer out there to
Yes.
take a look.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, it was pretty bad. It was actually kind of almost scary for a minute. Like it was like the shaking my whole house. The lightning was like, and like the whole. I'm talking, dude. It felt like it was right next to me. It felt like bombs going off. I could feel my body. Like I could feel it.
You could have went outside and you could have Lieutenant Danned it. You could have called out the storm.
God, you want to fuck with me, man? Let's go. What does he say? Come on.
Yeah, he's
got all you got.
Yeah, so I'm like, because he's got a death wish.
I kind of look like him, honestly. Like, and if I,
come see, come saw, yeah.
Yeah, just stop taking your vitamins for a little while so your hair gets a little bit more stringy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna do this, do it right.
I'm terrified, man. I'm terrified. But anyway, I don't know, man. I guess next week we will be back. Do you guys got anything in final words for the week?
No, just make sure you take your vitamin C emergency pack.
There you go.
Careful out there, everybody. It's allergy season, and let me tell you what.
It ain't COVID.
I got nailed with allergies, dude. I was out for an entire day.
Mike's got COVID, just giving it to people.
I got some light allergies too. It's probably my fault. It's because I go outside in pollen-infested yard and I smoke cigarettes.
I go outside in a pollen-infested yard and rake it and fucking cut down to clear my fence line and get fucked up by it.
And there you have it, folks. Clarity, official sponsor of ZooBox, a podcast about nonsense, much of which you have just heard. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you'd like to know more about ZooBox, there's a bunch of links in the description. You know this thing. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us something you think about. What projects do you have around your house? What's the equity on your house looking like, fucker? Why is it always us? Why am I always talking? I'm sick of it. I've already talked for like 12 hours this week. I'm done. I'm going to be talking for another 4 hours. It's awful. Talk a lot. Anyways, goodbye.